Hi everybody, I'm Pia from Stitches and Scraps, and today I want to talk to you about crocheting into the third loop of a half double crochet. All of the basic crochet stitches will have this V shape at the top, which is your front and back loop depending on which side of the fabric you're looking at. Whichever one's facing you is the front loop, and the one away from you is the back loop. So this front and back loop at the top are formed by this loop that's on your hook before you even start the stitch. When you finish that stitch, this loop will lay down, just like that. There we go, lay down flat on the top and form a front and back loop for your stitch. Half double crochets are unique because they have a third loop. The yarn over in the middle of your stitch actually forms this little diagonal line on the front and then forms a third loop at the back that you can crochet into. So when we turn it over, you'll see this loop right here. That is your third loop right there. So you can see here's the third loop, and when we look at the top, there are our front and back loops. So let's take a look at how that's formed. As I do this yarn over, you can see that part of it is behind the hook and part of it is in front of the hook. This part that's behind the hook, this is what's going to become your third loop. Let's finish the stitch. See my yarn over? See the part in the back? That's your third loop back there. As we finish the stitch, the front of the yarn over forms the diagonal line, and the back of the yarn over becomes our third loop. Let's finish this row, and then we'll turn our work around and work into the third loops. I've turned my work around, and you can see the third loops very clearly. Here are the front and back loops on the top. This is my front loop, and this is my back loop back here. This one right here, this is my third loop. So when you're turning, your third loop is in front. Now let's do a couple of stitches just into the third loop. As you can see, I'm inserting my hook just into the third loop and then finishing my stitch. Now why would we want to do this? When you do this, it pushes the V shape to the front. After you do a few of them, you end up with this almost braid-like or knit-like look in the front. Do you see that forming here? All of those V's got pushed to the front. So again, when we're working in rows, because we're turning our work, that third loop is going to be in front. What happens when we're working in rounds and not turning our work? Let's undo this so we can try working in rounds. I've joined to form a round, and I'm continuing to work around without turning my work. Now the third loop is tucked away at the back. If you take the top two loops and fold them down, you'll see the third loops peeking out from just behind them. Stick your hook into that third loop to make your stitch. Let's look at that again. Go in the back behind the V and scoop up that third loop from the back, then finish your stitch. You can even do it without looking. If you stick your hook down behind that V shape and scoop backwards, you'll find that third loop. If you prefer to look, turn your work slightly and you'll see that third loop there at the back. And that's it. That's all there is to working into the third loop of a half double crochet. The main thing to remember is if you're continuing in the same direction, your third loop will be at the back. If you're turning your work around, then it's going to be at the front. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, or share it with your friends. You can also subscribe to my channel for more great videos. Thanks for watching!